I've had these Viaterra Roost gloves for about a year and a half now. I had first put up an first impression video sometime, I think August 24. I'll put up the link, whichever side the I button comes up, I'm not even sure. So I've been using them as my daily driver. Pretty much every time I am on the Expulse, I am using these gloves. I understand the fact that these are off-road specific gloves and not meant to be used as a daily driver. But then the question comes like, how many sets of gloves do you actually need to own? Because I also have these Viaterra grid that I use when I'm touring and long distance riding and high speed riding basically. But recently a friend bought a gloves pair of gloves that are for winters and waterproof specifically. The Viaterra Tundra, if I'm not mistaken, and it wasn't fitting him well because apparently he had a lot of space in the fingers, and he was trying to sell it to me basically. But then I thought about it, like I looked up the value of this. This is I think at 2,999 now. This is 6,499, and the ones that he got was 3,999. So that roughly adds up to about what 13 and a half, 14,000 rupees on gloves. So that's when I started thinking like maybe I should just look up how these are holding up first, and am I supposed to use them every day? Can I use them every day? And I know they are not meant to be used every day. These are meant for off-road riding, but then there is no rule that says that I can't use them every day because I find them very, very comfortable. I tend to use them because they are very comfortable. So yeah, first things first. How are these gloves holding up? These are actually okay in most of the parts except this finger here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but there's a hole somewhere here, massive hole actually. There you go. And the same is happening on this as well. Uh, there you go. So these stitches are opening up slowly. This one doesn't have that same issue, it's fine. Yep, so that is the only issue that I have. Apart from that, every other stitching is holding up. There's some bobbling, if I may say so, here, and some color fade that's happened here. A little bit of bobbling here as well, so the material that is used is probably a little, I wouldn't say faulty, but the type that bobbles, like how sweaters from back in the day used to. Uh, the Velcro is still holding up pretty decent. I expected this sended part to actually peel off sooner, but that hasn't happened, and that is still intact. And the touch functionality that is at the tip here, it still works beautifully. I can use my phone. Uh, Sastek, I mean this super fabric is holding up pretty well. So yeah, I mean these gloves, because of the fact that I've been using them on daily, there are quite a few signs of the gloves aging. On the other hand, because I use these Viaterra grid uh, only for touring, and I don't think I use them for anything else. I don't think I use them on a daily basis. Uh, there are far fewer signs of it being used. They are pretty much as good as new still. And I've used them. I've used them for quite a few tours and trips. The only thing that has not been as effective now. I think these are close to what 5 years now. I think I have an unboxing video which I will again link up either here or here, whichever side the I button comes up. The only thing that doesn't hold up well now is this the Velcro of the bigger strap here, as you can see. This one. This thing hasn't held up 5 years later. You can see it barely stays in place. The one that is here, that this has held up okay, but the bigger one, I do not know why that has happened, but yeah. And it's the same for both the, oh no, it's only for one side actually, now that I think about it. It's still a little better, but I don't think I've had a fall in these, so they are still as good as new. And the glove that my friend was trying to sell it to me, I'll just put the video now. Right now you can see the comparison between the three of them. And yeah, I mean, like, uh, I understand the fact that there's a product for a reason or a situation. Like if you're touring, there is this. For off-road riding, there is this, and for riding in the rain and the cold, there is the other set. So eventually, it adds up, and I would say it sometimes goes to what, if you're riding an Expulse, a regular Expulse. Say you're buying it for around 160 to 170 on road, and you're spending almost close to what, 17,000 on these gloves. So that's like 10% of your bike's worth that you're almost spending on. I mean, it doesn't happen in one shot, but eventually it will happen. You're buying one at a time for a specific reason. And of course, like, I have these, and now who doesn't want to go to the mountains? These have actually held up pretty well in the mountains in terms of cold weather and handling. Yes, there are vents here, but I don't think you feel that cold. Probably because of the fact that the Expulse has a handguard, and that kind of blocks half the wind that comes in. So yeah, quick review of the Viaterra Roost gloves that I've been using daily, which I probably shouldn't, but nobody's stopping me from doing that, and I will, because I love the comfort of these. Just that the fabric has started giving up after a year and a half. So for gloves that cost what, almost 3 grand, 3,000 rupees, not that great. On the other hand, when I actually bought these, I think these were around 4,000, 7, 8, 900. I'm not even sure. This was purchased before the lockdown even started, coronavirus even started. So these have held up really well. I only use this for a specific purpose. So if I did that properly, so if I actually use these only when riding off-roading, they would probably last. But yeah, I don't know if I should be buying another pair for riding in the cold, because I'm okay with these. But I was tempted. I was really tempted the other day when my friend was trying to sell me his pair because it didn't fit him and it was brand new. And it was comfortable. It was really comfortable. I think it had a felt lining in the inside of the gloves, and it was very comfortable. And man, I was tempted. He even offered me EMI to actually pay for the gloves, but alas. Yeah, so quick, short, random thought video about whether we should have a separate pair of gloves for every situation that we're riding in or not, and also what has happened to these gloves. So yeah, if you do like the content that I'm putting out, please consider subscribing to the channel. Until then, take care, ride safe, bye bye.